Rabbi Luzzatto, in his work, The Way of God, writes that a Jew must believe and must know. He uses two terms. Believing is something which we accept. That's belief. Knowing is accepting at a level as being factual, almost at an irrefutable level, that there is a monotheistic, infinite being known as God, who willed every aspect of existence, including ourselves. And there's nothing in existence that exists or functions in its context only because God wills it should function and exist and continue as it does. How do we know this? So he explains that initially there were prophets. God communicated with individuals, whether it was Noah. Noah was the new father of mankind. The world was destroyed with the great flood because Noah found special charm and favor in God's eyes. He and his 3 sons and their families survived in the ark with a remnant of the original existence. Seven of the kosher species, 2 of the non-kosher species. The world was in a non-existent state for 12 months. For a year, the world was covered with water. The luminaries did not function. Outside of the ark, relatively speaking, there was no existence. If we read the narrative of creation, before God said, "Let there be light," the Torah describes what exactly was the state of being, of existence. The world was covered with water. There was darkness over the endless depth of water, and the Spirit of God hovered over that. When the world was destroyed by the great flood, it reverted back to that state of being. Noah and his family, when they exited from the ark only with God's permission, this was the equivalent of a new creation, a new beginning. Humanity was starting all over again. God was giving the world another chance. However, because man is prone to fail, as they failed so seriously, and that's why the world was destroyed, God made a covenant with existence that he will never again destroy the world. And we have the rainbow. The rainbow is referred to in the Torah as the sign of the covenant. Whenever we see the rainbow, God is telling us the world has reached an all-time low. And if not for the covenant, the world would be destroyed, again as it was in the past. But because God bound himself to the covenant with humanity, the world will continue. This is the unlimited attribute of mercy which God has, because God ultimately wants the world to reach and arrive at a certain level of perfection. And He's willing to give the human being every chance in the world to make the correction that's necessary to bring him to that level. This is the sign of the covenant, which is the rainbow. Initially, God wanted to create the world with the attribute of justice. But justice is exacting and precise to the point that if anybody would deviate and transgress, even to the smallest degree, there would be a divine reaction. That divine reaction would be so devastating, the world would not be able to continue. Although it would be in the best interest of existence, because whatever will be, will perform at the utmost level. But factually speaking, most would fail. And God is not interested in the world failing, but rather going forth and succeeding and achieving the objective which God wants. Recognizing that He is the omnipotent being. He is the monotheistic being. Believing in Him, that He wills existence. And if one achieves this, one has succeeded and one is considered meritorious to merit eternity, to be bonded with God Himself. Therefore, God introduced at the very beginning of creation the attribute of mercy, and that's why we are still here today.